Now at 6 a.m. on WKYT this morning, we're tracking a death investigation in Madison County after a man's body was pulled from a creek.
People across the bluegrass were all bracing for another round of strong storms.
The severe potential is there again for today. It looks like it'll take us into the afternoon and off into the nighttime hours. The timing on this will be crucial for your day. I'll show you what I mean by that coming up.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Top of the morning to you from the WKYT News team, and welcome in another spring day where we're going to have to watch that weather. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Yeah, another day for that umbrella, right? We've been dealing with storms all week. The threat for severe weather continues today.
In fact, we have declared a WKYT First Alert Severe Weather Day ahead of potentially damaging storms. Meteorologist Micah Harris is tracking the threat on the First Alert Defender. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Check out these temperatures. It's 66 degrees in Richmond. Go down to Laurel County, 66. I mean, you're talking about temperatures already at or surpassing our average high for this time of year. That's not common, and neither will be this weather as we head into the afternoon hours. There's a look on Defender this morning. Kids going off to the bus stop, you heading off to work, no issues. It's back toward the west we really need to pay attention to, because that's when a front slides on in. And hour by hour, check out the timing on this. 2 to 5 p.m. is when you start to see the first bulk of severe storms, strong to potentially severe storms, slide on in, and then it moves on out, and then we get another shot later on, and I'll explain what you can expect out of both of these coming up in just about 10 minutes.
All right, a lot to keep our eyes on. Thank you. And with more storms on the way, some people are still cleaning up from the last round of severe weather.
If you're going to be outside today, be prepared to possibly have to make a move indoors pretty quickly. We talked to several people who are themselves making plans to try and stay safe ahead of today's storms. WKYT's Hillary Thornton is continuing our weather team coverage in Scott County. Good morning.
Good morning. Many people living here in Scott County say it seems like it's been nearly a week of just constant rainfall, and now they are preparing or working to be prepared with more rain on the way after experiencing some flooding after last Friday's heavy rainfall. Homeowners who experienced that flooding took precautions before yesterday's rain arrived by building rock piles, moving their vehicles, putting pictures and other keepsakes up high, all in case they are forced to evacuate once again. Now, all of this flooding and the worry that comes along with it has some of them thinking about moving, while others say they're not going to let the flooding issues force them from the place they call home, and they say they're willing to keep doing whatever they have to deal with all this rain. Live in Georgetown, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
All right, every precaution being taken. Thanks, Hillary. The National Weather Service says 2 tornadoes touched down in Madison County this week. Meteorologists survey damage south of Richmond. They say an EF0 tornado with winds up to 85 miles an hour ripped a mobile home off its foundation on Tuesday night. It also damaged the roof and a porch of another home. Folks inside the home talked to WKYT meteorologist Jim Caldwell about the scary moment.
So when I got up, went to the door, about that time my husband came into the kitchen, and he said, "That's a tornado." And I said, "Yeah." About that time we felt the trailer shake a little bit, and then all of a sudden slid right off.
The National Weather Service says a second tornado, an EF1, touched down in a more isolated part of Madison County. No injuries were reported in either tornado. We can help you track storms even when you're away from your TV on WKYT.com. There you can use the Defender to zoom into your neighborhood. You can also download the app for your iPad or smartphone or access live radar.
Coming up on 6:04 on WKYT this morning, we are tracking a death investigation in Madison County after a man's body was pulled from a creek. State police say people canoeing spotted the body last night near Will Green Lake. That's just outside of Richmond. WKYT's Mark Barber is at our live desk to explain what we know at this point and obviously what we don't know as well. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Bill, and that's absolutely right. Still a lot of questions to be answered, but we have learned from state police that they opened an investigation into the man's death around 7:30 last night when 2 people who were boating in a creek below Will Green Lake spotted a body. Detectives fished the body out of the water. We're told they have not identified that body yet, and all they're able to say at this time is that it is a man. State troopers say they don't know how long the body was in the water. However, they don't think it showed up yesterday. Instead, they say it may have been in the water for quite a while. At this point, investigators tell us there are more questions than answers in this case. They are still working to figure out how the man died, if foul play was involved, when he died, and how his body ended up in the creek. State troopers say they are hoping to learn more about the man's death today. The body is being taken to the medical examiner's office in Frankfurt for an autopsy. From the live desk, Mark Barber, WKYT.
All right, Mark, thank you. We'll stay on top of that story. And police think a body found in a Montgomery County pond could be that of a missing woman. The sheriff says 2 fishermen found the body yesterday. While the victim has not been identified, investigators think it is likely 28-year-old Audrey Blackburn. The sheriff says tattoos and clothing match Blackburn's description. She was reported missing back on March 17th.
Well, part of Interstate 75 back open this morning after a crash that involved 2 semis. Lexington police opened up all the southbound lanes about 20 minutes ago near the new Townpike exit. It had been down to 1 lane as crews worked to clean up a spill from a crash. Around midnight, a semi caught fire, pulled over on the side of the road, and because of thick smoke, another semi crashed into it. One driver had to be taken to the hospital and treated for injuries. Well, less than a week after the season ended today, we will find out which Kentucky players will be leaving.
It'll be a bittersweet day, certainly. Yeah. Coach John Calipari has said that he thinks 5 to 7 players will enter the NBA draft. UK has scheduled a news conference for 2:30 today, and we'll hear from several players and Coach Cal. We will bring it to you, WKYT Sports, live on the CW Lexington. Our coverage will begin this afternoon at 2 o'clock. Again, 2 o'clock for our special report today, UK's NBA Decision Day.
Third consecutive day that we're having spotty, strong to severe storms during the afternoon and often to the nighttime hours. Look at these temperatures this morning. This is indicative of what you can expect later on this afternoon, because when you see things like this, because remember, typically this time of year we're in the mid-60s during the afternoon for your afternoon high, not during the morning. We've already surpassed that in some locations. So what this indicates is, hey, something's on the way, something's not right. And really, it's not right. Look back toward the west, nothing going on this morning. You're good to go stepping out the door. If you look toward the afternoon, this is actually going to push into our neck of the woods. So your afternoon will be affected more than your morning hours. Already seeing a severe storm there in Illinois. So let's go through the timing and break it down for you. As we hit the afternoon, I'd say around noontime, you could have an isolated storm here or there, but really your severe weather threat comes from 2 to 5 p.m. That is your start time. Not the whole thing, but your start time. Now, if you're looking for from start to end, we're talking 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. It's going to be a long chance at it. By midnight, you'll have an isolated threat at severe weather, but that 2 to 10 p.m. time frame is your best bet for strong to severe weather. Going off into the night, overnight, and into tomorrow morning, showers kind of mixed in when you lose a lot of that energy. Slight risk for severe weather for every single person. If you're watching this morning, it's for you. You say, well, what does that mean? Well, just think about it just the past couple of days. Both days, past couple of days, have had slight chances of severe weather, and you saw what happened there. So that does give us the opportunity to see strong severe storms. This is from the Storm Prediction Center out of Norman, Oklahoma. Enhanced risk. What does that mean? Well, that means it's better chance than that slight risk. So the better opportunity to see severe storms, it's to the northwest, Owen County, Franklin County, Anderson. Make your way back toward Nelson County in our viewing area. That's the best opportunity to see severe storms. So what are we talking about? Well, wind is just above moderate, and so is hail. So those are going to be our primary concerns. Tornadic activity is still there. It's not extremely low and it's not moderate, but it's there. So we still need to be paying attention to that. Not only that, guys, but also a flood watch in effect, flash flood watch, until tomorrow morning for every single person in our viewing area. We're looking at not tremendous amounts of rain. We're not looking at the 7, 8, 9 inch rains that we saw last week, but a good 1 to 2 inches is possible on already saturated ground. It's not good for a lot of us. There's your 7-day forecast, which you can expect. Those strong to severe storms throughout the day will be there. Remember, 2 to 5 p.m. start time, 2 to 10 for the main time frame for most of it, okay? And then it fades away as we go off into the night and into tomorrow morning. Not fully, because the line will still make its way through, and we'll have showers and thunderstorms tomorrow morning. But once that moves on out, Friday afternoon looks phenomenal. Keeneland looks good to go. Home and Garden shows just fine. Any 5Ks happening Saturday morning, check that out. Starting off at 42 degrees. It'll be a really, really nice day Saturday and Sunday. And if you're wanting to do some yard work, mowing that grass because it's a little too high from all the rain and also the recent warm air, well, you want to do it this weekend, because next week we pick it right back up with that active weather. we're just not getting a big break. We get a nice break for the weekend, but not a huge break as we track off into next
Well,
week.
we'll enjoy that, certainly.
Yes, we will.
Rebecca was mentioning earlier, we went from that tough ending to winter into this rough spring all of a sudden.
You know, I'm glad you said that because I just remembered I updated a graphic early this morning that I haven't updated for about 4 or 5 weeks. And when I opened it, it said -2 at 8 a.m. So think about that. 4 to 5 weeks ago, there we were at -2. I mean, it's gone from this extreme to this extreme. I'm kind of with you on that.
Yeah, and then pollen along the way as well. All right. Every morning at this time, we bring you weather and traffic together. Here's Officer Don with a look at what's happening out on the roads. Good morning, Don.
Good morning. Roads are a little wet in places. That's something we'll have to deal with. Had a little trouble earlier on the north side on the inner loop of the circle at Boardwalk, but it looks like that crash has been cleared. So we have all lanes open in that area. As we get a quick look outside to show you what's happening around Lexington, our traffic signals should be back and running this morning. I know we've had some issues with the storms past couple of days, but no reports of any problems right now. That's I-75-64, the northern split. On our Waze map, few live drivers are on the way in, and they're reporting Nicholasville Road is moving okay. So is Harrodsburg Road and Versailles Road right now past the airport. It's just normal stuff. Now back to you in the studio.
All right, Don, thank you so much, and we'll keep everybody informed as we head toward the morning rush hour. It's 6:11 on WKYT this morning with a lot more on the way on your Thursday.
Thanks for joining us on this day before Friday. Well, police say a new video of a deadly police shooting in South Carolina that led to an officer being charged with murder could soon be released.
And a veteran newsman, after many, many years, is calling it quits. Details on Bob Schieffer's retirement ahead this morning.